Brother Kanan, you are the Sub-Regional Secretary PSI South Asia. What are the programs of PSI for workers now?
Thank you very much, brother. Yes, we have been having a lot of programs. We are running it on a project basis, like a long-term basis, not on specific activity-wise and all that. So we are having sort of projects for local level employees unions. That is one mainly. The second thing is on the community health workers. That is there. Again, we are also focusing on organizing the private sector health. So these are some of the important sort of projects programs that we are having.
Uh, it is difficult to organize employees working at the local level because there are contract, temporary employees. They are afraid. Why do they need organization? How can they be organized?
Yeah, that's a very important question because now the whole world is changing. So we have in most parts of the world like contract, casual, and the sort of permanent workers are very very few. So we need to have a different strategy for this. For organizing this, the same strategy which we are using, if you are using it, we will not be able to do it. So that is why PSI with all the unions, we are coming out some new strategies. How do we organize the workers and especially the local level workers, local level employees in Nepal. So they are very important. So in PSI, so we have the LRG sort of group, so which is focusing on having the different areas in which we need to sort of organize and work. So we are also doing a lot of training activities. So this sort of training activity that is happening today, that is also part of organizing.
In which sectors your programs are there in Nepal? How would you moving forward?
So basically, we have four important sectors in PSI. So the health and social services. So that's a very very important sector. So already in Nepal, we are looking at organizing and also strengthening the health workers both in the public sector and in the sort of a private sector. So health is a very important sector. The second very important sector is LRG, the local and regional governments. So under the local and regional governments, so in Nepal, because like over the last 10 years, there has been a big change in the way that the workers are there, in the governments are getting changed, right? So three levels of governments. So that has a very, very sort of a big impact and all that. So that is why for the last 3 years, we have been focusing on LRG and organizing the sort of workers. Another very important area is the utilities. Utilities means electricity and water, the public utilities and public water. So these are also again very very important areas. Especially privatization is there. So how do we stop privatization? So these are some of the important areas in which we have been focusing in Nepal.
Lastly, PSI also works to reduce gender discrimination. Looking at South Asia itself, there is gender discrimination. How can gender discrimination be
Gender
reduced?
equality, I would say. So we are been working globally, like how the gender equality work can be sort of addressed and like. So I'm very happy to say that we have been over a period of time. What we have seen is that the participation of women at many levels, including the leadership level, has increased in many countries, including in Nepal. For an example, I will say in the World Congress, when we had, this is for the first time in South Asia that we have 50-50 equal participation of men and women in in the World Congress. So the thing is like this is not easy process, but it is a continuous process, which along with all our affiliates we have been focusing on, and I'm very much sure that our unions are looking at gender equality in a very important way, and we have been progressing much.
Thank you.
Very much. Thank you very much.